How's it going, everybody? It's NorCal Dude 599 with another video. So last time I did a review of this 108-in-1 cartridge for the Game Boy. Today I'm actually going to do another review of another multi-cart that I have, and this one you'll actually find quite amusing, and it'll probably make you scratch your head a lot. So, for starters, right here I have a legitimate copy of Bomberman Tournament for the Game Boy Advance, just for comparison sakes. And as always, I forget to get out my tri-wing screwdriver because how else am I gonna take apart the multi-cart that I'm gonna show you? So, let me look for that tri-wing screwdriver. Here it is. Okay, now that I got my tri-wing screwdriver, now I could resume with the video. Well, anyways, like I said, here's a Bomberman Tournament, and here is the multi-cart. I know, kind of bizarre. You're probably thinking, oh, okay, so it's probably another Game Boy Advance cartridge. Well, it is in the form of a Game Boy Advance cartridge, but in reality, it's actually not. And let me explain why. First, I need to get out another console. I'll just use this. So I'll use the Nintendo DS. So right here you have the. Oh my gosh, it's quite dirty. I'm gonna have to clean that after I finish the video. But anyways, right here you could clearly see the Game Boy Advance slot. You know, obviously Game Boy Advance games fit in there. See, they fit nice and flush with the console. But if we try to put this one in here, you'll notice it does not fit. Okay, so I might be putting it backwards, but no, that's misleading because all Game Boy Advance games fit over here. Well, here's the thing about this one. This is actually not a Game Boy Advance cartridge. It's actually a Game Boy Color or original Game Boy cartridge shaped into a Game Boy Advance form. Okay, let me rephrase that. This is a original Game Boy that's been shaped into a Game Boy Advance cartridge, as you can tell from the divots, like over here, for example. This is a Pokemon Yellow. As you can see, it's got the exact same style. Now, if we take a look at the Game Boy Advance, you can tell the Game Boy Advance is completely different. So that means this will only fit on Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Advance SPs. It actually will not fit on a original Game Boy because obviously it's the shape of a Game Boy Advance cartridge, but in all seriousness, it's just a Game Boy format. Unless if you take apart the original Game Boy, which why would you want to take apart the original Game Boy? That's kind of stupid. But anyways, so yeah, this will only work on a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Advance SP. It will not work on a Game Boy Micro because again, Game Boy Color format, and Game Boy Micro only works with Game Boy Advance games. So, enough rambling, let's just get on with the video. Let's see what it has. So here we have Super 98-in-1 for the Game Boy. As you can see, all these are original Game Boy games. Now, the one negative thing about this is this is one of those multi-carts where it only has a certain amount of games and the rest are all repeated, so the 98-in-1 is actually not true. So I think this one only has about, let me check, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll go over them as soon as we progress. Oh yeah, and the A and B buttons, obviously go forward. The B button goes back. It's not like we use the left and right arrows on the D-pad, but So anyways, to select the game, obviously, push start. Right there, it'll initiate the game. As you see, this one is Batman for the Game Boy. It's by Konami. Batman, the animated series for the Game Boy. We'll play a quick round of this. Oops, I died. There we go. It's basically just a beat 'em up game. I'm not really good at it, but whatever. And to obviously go back to the menu, you have to turn off the Game Boy and then turn it back on. So there we go. Let's go with number 2, Tarzan. Whoops. Keep forgetting. $19.84. I don't even know. Whoops. Okay. Yeah, I'm already getting bored. So we'll go back here. Number 3, Pikachu Land. This is quite interesting. This is basically Super Mario Land, just only hacked with Pikachu. See, you play as Pikachu. This sprite was taken from Pokemon Yellow. It's the Pikachu sprite. It was taken off of Pokemon Yellow. Mushrooms got replaced with the Thunderbolts. Oh, come on. Nope. Don't wanna... There we go. Where's the... Oh, here it is. And then when you get a 1-up, instead of saying 1-up, it says chew. So I'm gonna try to complete this first level. Actually, I think I could go down here. No, I cannot. Whoops. So yeah, this is basically just Super Mario Land. Only you're playing as Pikachu. And then you have, I forget that one enemy. That's basically Jigglypuff. And then your star is basically this Pokeball. Come on. There we go. And I died, of course. It's been forever since I played this. Whoops. Finally. And that's it. That's the World 1-1. So now I'm going to go for the bonus. Let's see. Looks like I'm getting the Thunderbolt. Okay. Moving along. Hold on, someone's getting my attention right now. Oh, never mind. Okay. Now let's go to number 4, Castlevania. This is the Castlevania for Game Boy. I forget which series Castlevania this one is. Oh, the Castlevania Adventure. Okay. The only thing is the only thing I don't really like about this version of Castlevania is the controls are kind of slow. That's the only thing I don't like. But it's Castlevania for Game Boy. What are you gonna expect? Alright, next. Let me adjust the camera. Because it almost wanted to fall. SpiderMan. Got our last one. The Amazing Spider-Man for Game Boy. See, there you go, Spider-Man. And then you have your traditional Game Boy sports games. And hold on. Anyway, sorry about that. I had a call from a relative, so got that over with. So where were we? Oh yeah, Nintendo Tennis. Let's go over here. As you can see, Mario's a referee, just like on the original NES. It's just basically the same thing. I win. See? Just like that. Try one more time. Okay, if I could win this last round. Oh, nope. Ah, fail. Oh, shit. Ah, that's out. Come on. Now I gotta... Yes, just barely made it. Just ow, ow, ow. Now we're back to a deuce. Okay, there we go. Okay, you know what? if this is going to keep continuing on, I'm just going to reset the game. So now where were we? Oh yeah, and I believe this is the same one. Yep, this is the same one. So this multi-cart only has 6 games, and the rest are all repeated however many times. But yeah, as you can see, the rest is all repeated. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take apart the cartridge, see what the board looks like. I took it off before and I know exactly what the board looks like, but I'm going to show it to you guys on video. And may as well take off this one too. Come on. So that way I could show you guys a comparison of the two boards. Okay. So just like any other game, like the Game Boy Color or Game Boy cartridges, the front slides down and just basically take it off. So yeah. Right away you'll notice an immediate difference in the boards. Like this one is basically just like halfway down. Here's the pins for the Game Boy. The pins that go to the Game Boy Color. Not the Game Boy Color, but this thing. And when I first got this and I tried to take this off, the board was actually glued onto the plastic. I was like, okay, why would you want to glue the PCB board to the plastic? That's just stupid. So anyways, there's your typical cheap little PCB board. As you could see, it's like messy all over here on this side. Then there's your glob top. So obviously this is glob top technology. And then here's your number. I believe that's a 9 or 4. I have no idea. But I think this is resembling of how many games there are on this board. So I'm pretty sure that's 98. But then again, I don't know. But yeah, and why does this have a hole in the middle of the PCB board? I have no idea. I think it's trying to think that it's for the screw, for right here, for the thing, the underlay right here. I think that's what it's trying to mimic. I'm not too entirely sure, but anyways, I was surprised when I first opened this, and yeah, the board was glued onto the thing, onto the plastic, and the plastic itself, the cartridge itself, is actually not that bad. The only thing I'm concerned with is this edge right here. It's actually cut myself a while back when I first got this, and it hurt like hell because this part right here is very sharp. So you got to be really careful when you're dealing with cartridges like these that are, you know, just dangerous. So screw that back into place. See, not like the real thing where this is just pretty much real. So I'll put this one back together if I can. Yay, got it back on there. Okay, now I put the screw back up on here. Oh, no, nope, nope. There we go. Well, and I guess there you have it. This has been a review of the 98-1, or it actually has a number, AY-8043. Oh yeah, I did forget to mention that the screenshots. Right here you have a screenshot of from the Batman Superman movie. This I have no idea what that is. Pikachu Land is basically just Super Mario Land in hack form. Tetris Worlds is not on here. Air Tactics, I think. Yeah, that's not on here. SpiderMan, obviously. And that looks to be like what's her name? Dark Magician Girl, yeah. From Yu-Gi-Oh! And Yu-Gi-Oh's not even in here. But yeah, take a good look at it. And then, instead of saying Game Boy Advance, it says Game. Kind of like what this one said it, but this one obviously different font. Yeah, and there's the underside. Obviously, there's nothing in the back. And yeah. So anyways, this has been a review of the 98-in-1 cartridge for the Game Boy. No, this is not a Game Boy Advance cartridge, even though it may look like it's in the Game Boy Advance cartridge, but it's actually formatted as a Game Boy, as the original Game Boy. And so it will not fit on a DS. It won't even fit on the original Game Boy, because again, I forgot what I was going to say. But anyways, oh yeah, this won't even fit on a real Game Boy unless if you take it apart, which again, why would you want to take apart original Game Boy? That's just, yeah, this is wrong. So better off just using a Game Boy Advance or SP like I would here. So yeah, this is NorCal Dude 599, and I guess I will talk to you guys in the next video. So catch you later, everybody. Have a good day.